cast.
Okay.
Welcome to the Google Plus. Oh wait, it's gone.
Circle us on Google Plus. It still
This
says
is
that
our last
on the end of
episode, too.
Astronomy Cast.
Yeah,
You like
welcome
this
to
show?
Google Plus podcast, and that's it. We're out of here.
Yeah, it's our first and last episode.
This week we're going to be talking about Google Wave.
Yeah. Oh jeez.
All right, we have it. The stream is up. Let's do a quick share. Not the lady
There
who
it
was
is.
married to Sonny Bono. Share now, public.
Share on my own timeline.
Share on my own time. You like how I rearranged the screen, Brian? You're now at the top of the food pyramid.
I am. This is the way it should be. Most amusing, nutritious.
Hi, I'm the vegetables.
I'm the vegetables. I'm the carbs.
I am the sweet, sweet chocolate.
Hey, did you finish off the rest of those caramels?
I'm working. I've finished my half. Well, I'm almost finished with my half. I think I had a headache yesterday and today from the sugar rush, though.
Probably. It's you
And
have
I'm
like
eating-
one.
I'm
You're
eating
done.
half of one a day, and I got a sugar rush headache for 2 days. What's wrong with this picture? These are good caramels. I want to eat them,
Yeah,
but I
wanna eat
don't
'em
want to
all.
have a headache.
Oh, by the way, heads up that there's a new feedback in there.
There is. Oh,
It just
I
came
need to
in.
put. Can you quickly put a link to the question of the week, or should I do that? I can do that.
You do that.
I do that.
Let me find the question of the week.
It was what did you
Technology
purchase
purchase you're.
Yeah, no,
Came
I
out
mean
so sad.
literally find. No, I mean literally find it.
Well, I have
look-
people responding to it, so
Yeah,
I
it
should
is-
be able to find it very quickly.
let's say I saw it earlier.
Jack's so good. It was
You
hilarious.
posted on Technorama's thing. I don't see it.
No, I didn't post it on
Post on
Technorama.
his.
I posted personally. I get more audience that way.
Well, that's true. That
Fortunate.
happens.
Who responded? Dominic. No, Dominic did the Blues Brothers thing. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There's karate graduations this weekend.
Got it right here.
You got it?
Copy.
All right, post it in there. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the pre-show for Technorama. We're just getting the last bits set up.
Hi.
I'll put it at the top, so we'll talk about that one first in the feedback.
I can go like this. That's Brian Brown right there.
That's Chuck Tomasi right there. And that's
If we're not good, he's going to
Craig
smack us on
Stipp.
the head.
Come here, Craig. Come here. Come here. Do the Benny
Like
Hill on
Benny
you.
Hill. The little guy. We used to do it all the time when we were kids.
There you go. All right, it's in there.
That poor old guy. It's in there, he says. Yes.
Hey, by the
Okay,
way,
then
I
we're ready
did.
to
I
roll.
watched the Monty Python documentary where they come
I didn't
together.
watch
I had not seen. I couldn't find it.
Good?
I couldn't find it at first, and you mentioned it, and I went, "Oh, that's awesome! I'm gonna go find it." And I did find it. It was pretty good. There was a lot of video from like before,
Yeah,
but
that's
when they were,
amazing.
there was a few pieces. I was like, "Wow, they really." I'm surprised they had that. And this before they were even a comedy troupe themselves.
And how Terry Gilliam came in as a
like-
cartoonist. Like, what? Wait, why would that
Yeah.
even fit? And it just now that you
Oh,
look
yeah.
back on it, it had to fit. It's just part of the DNA of that show.
Oh, it
What-
totally is.
Oh yeah, and what I think is funny is since Terry was American, every once in a while they'd mention him and then go back to England.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He gets his quick mention. I didn't
Oh,
realize
he worked on a magazine, and now let's go back to England.
during Holy Grail, they said, and suddenly the cartoonist suffers
Guys,
a
that's
massive
him.
coronary. That was him.
Yeah, it was him.
It wasn't until I saw those old pictures of him that I went, oh my gosh, now I know who that is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember catching that going, oh, my God, that's Terry Gilliam. And people were like, no, it wasn't. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it
was.
was. You watch it again
I mean,
on VHS.
What are they going to do?
Pause.
Hire an actor?
Yeah. They already spent way too much money on that movie, way more than they planned on spending. That's why the movie kind of ends with the police showing up and everything for that very reason.
We can't go any further.
They really kind of ran out of money, and they're just like, well, we need to end it. They had like a couple of epic battle things planned and a bunch of other stuff, and just never materialized.
Holy Grail,
Yeah.
really?
Oh yeah, Holy Grail is gonna be way different. I can't remember where I read that story about that too.
Oh, that'd be a
Wasn't
cool
one of the
story.
biographies or
What-
something? Maybe if
What the real story would have been.
yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was some Monty Python biography that I'd read.
We're going to have to find it, folks, and get back to, all right,
The-
we have
the-
viewers.
All right.
The quest for the Holy Grail, Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Hello, John Miller Jr.
Oh wait, I should go pull up the
video. Yes, you should watch that. Watch us watching that.
No, I don't. I can't.
When is this? This is now.
How to
Well,
learn
when was
about
that?
recursion is you learn about recursion from watching recursion
Like-
about recursion.
Like
Yeah, but I can't do
Canoe.
that because I start watching it and it's kind of behind a little bit, and then I'm like,
What
sticking
did I
that loop.
do?
You know what's so funny right now? Craig looks like the neighbor Wilson.
What? Oh yeah, because I got the.
The banner.
Yeah, because all I see the banner. I see just your nose. So now you're looking up. If you're looking down though, it's just like
Then he can do the Kilroy thing.
yeah. Now you're doing Kilroy definitely. Right like that. There he is, Wilson.
All right, let's begin this show.
Oh, I almost had my hands in the right
It's
spot.
20
Almost.
we're running 20 minutes late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
It's podcasting. We podcast when we mean to.
I start at 6 a.m. every day with the work stream, so I'm kind of used to starting on a time. All right, let's make sure the audio works. Audio works. I'm good. Then we'll begin in 5, 4, 3. Technorama episode 549, The Fresh Maker.
Good morning, folks. This is your captain speaking.
Technorama.
Remember when?
Technorama.
On this day in tech history.
Tech.
And now, the news.
Tech.
What the chuck?
Technorama.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey, Thanksgiving holiday is coming up in the U.S. Do you have any turkey leftovers from last year?
Over there, in the media corner.
Technorama.
Hold my beer and watch this.
Unfasten your seatbelts and disregard all safety rules. Here are your flight crew, Chuck and Craig.
We used to make a joke about that when I was a kid. You want more food?
What was that? The Christmas cookies, and now you got turkey down in the
The
basement,
chimney cookies.
and now you got chimney turkey.
Oh, turkey jerky. Welcome to Technorama. This is the show that talks about all kinds of old food, I guess. We take a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If this is your first time joining us, thank you very much. If you're a returning viewer and or listener, welcome back. We appreciate you giving us your time. My name is Chuck Tomasi, here in sunny Phoenix, Arizona, where temperatures gradually cooling off to a mild 75.
I hate you.
Joining me as always is Craig Stepp. How are you, Craig?
I'm cold, and I'm uneasy about the thought of the leftover turkey from last year.
Hey, it's snowing in Michigan and Wisconsin. Get over it.
That's fine. As long as it stays snowing there and not here, I'm fine.
Also joining us in the binary studio one more time is the immutable Brian Brown.
Hi.
Wait, I can't mute him. He's got to
Yeah.
I'm unmutable. Exactly.
Immutable.
Hey, I do have some eggnog from last year. If you guys want some of that, it's eggnog cheese. Is that cool?
Cottage nog.
No, it's way beyond that. It's like solid mass. Oh, it's pumpkin spice eggnog, by the way. So pumpkin spice eggnog cheese.
I like when they get to Easter and they just start calling it holiday nog.
Holiday nog.
Holiday.
I Facebook
Hey,
pictured that.
It's
one
bad
time.
when you go to the grocery store and the holiday is scratched out with the
Christmas
magic marker, just nog.
Oh yeah,
Veterans Day nog.
Veterans Day nog, Halloween nog,
Election nog.
Yeah. Mm.
yeah, election nog. That has bourbon in it, definitely. Oh my!
What would you vote for? All right, we have some feedback. Yes, we just like playing this music.
Letters, oh we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mail today.
Just on the base, everybody.
Pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
Gosh, I did figure out where that jingle was from.
Where is this jingle from?
Where is it?
It's from Kiss's last farewell tour.
What?
Kiss's farewell tour?
This song?
That's from Kiss's last farewell tour, not the current one.
Okay, make sure you know.
Okay. We asked you last week, what is your most disappointing purchase you thought was going to be awesome? We asked this on Facebook, and we got some wonderful responses back this week. Thank you very much to everybody who responded. We have, let me see, the Shark floor cleaner for hard-covered floors from Della. She's an old classmate of mine. Gary Lindros, longtime listener and part-time Santa.
Yeah.
Says, PS3, I was hoping to get a gaming system and a DVD player, but the player interface was lousy. Jack Mangan says, every drink I get from Starbucks.
Which I turn and burn him. So fun.
Go ahead, say it.
So I said my most disappointing thing is I was going to say Spherical Tommy, which is Jack's novel.
Oh, ow!
Yeah, it was such a good
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Jack's animated GIF is a guy curled up on the couch crying.
It's Anthony Edwards crying. It's just hilarious.
I invite Jack over so we can have a smackdown
Definitely.
between him and Brian.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Scott Tyler says cable TV. Yes.
Okay.
Brianna, one of the friends of old high school friend says, or daughter of old high school friend says, all the iTunes music ever bought for $1.36 as a teenager.
What was the total on that?
Yeah. But that is bitter at the time. You're like, why did I buy that?
John Miller Jr. says, Folgers natural vanilla coffee. There's so much vanilla flavoring in this coffee. It tastes like flowers.
It's vanilla to the infinite power.
It's
the vanilla flavor.
Of anything you want to eat with it. Avoid at all costs. Michael Slobodnik, coworker of ours, says, so far, I've been disappointed in the Sentio Superbook. It's to turn a phone into a laptop, but it's just not quite as seamless as I want.
Oh, okay.
Evo says tickets to the Matrix.
Wow.
Craig says tickets to Star Wars The Phantom Menace.
Oh.
To which Brad Miller replies, tickets to any Star Wars prequel or sequel. Ooh, that's harsh.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's getting deep in that one.
Yeah.
Liz Patterson, old family friend of ours from Lower Michigan, says, The Barber of Seville at the Detroit Opera House. Oh, that's disappointing. I like Minion Fogarty's. This is Grammar Girl writes to us, says, a recently ordered custom jeans through Zozo. They send you what looks like a CGI suit, a black leotard with white dots all over it, and you take pictures of yourself. Oh, Craig's reconnecting. Craig. We lost Craig. We'll let him reconnect while I finish this story. Anyway, you take pictures of yourself, and they're supposed to get your exact measurements and make it perfectly fitting clothes. I waited excitedly for weeks and ripped open the package like a kindergartner at Christmas when it arrived. But they didn't even come close. They were so far off, I couldn't even wear the jeans around the house to do cleaning. They went straight to donation.
Lame.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Can you not hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. You lost connection.
I never
So
disconnected.
Craig is reconnected. Might have been a bad
No, I never disconnected.
Thank you, Skype.
I never disconnected. I never disconnected.
Yeah, we get that. You never disconnected.
Thank you, Craig. Are you still there?
I am.
Okay, good. Wow, you just kept repeating yourself like we couldn't hear you.
I said, yeah, I'm never
Well-oiled
disconnected.
machine.
Yeah.
We're still going through the Facebook post. You want to keep going?
Yeah, keep going. I've been listening to you the whole time.
Terry Taylor says, not me, but a mutual family member bought a skin head wig. Not a skinhead wig.
A skin head wig.
Isn't that Harry Potter's owl?
Yeah.
Someone's skinned head wig from the back of a comic book. There's your problem right there.
Yeah.
Let me just say X-ray specs.
Sea monkeys.
Yeah. And it has been part of the family lore ever since. Clinton's, I like Clinton's. My first car. I think everybody can appreciate that one.
Actually, I like my first car.
You bought it. It was not a disappointment?
No, it wasn't. Actually, I bought a Geo Metro.
That's an honest to goodness disconnect. She's gonna order a... Oh, we have to get his camera going. Yes. Hello. Who is this?
I'm back. Actually, the connection got degraded. I was still listening to you, but I don't know what
Did
happened.
I go robotic on you? That's always my goal.
It sounded like you and Brian were swimming in that frigid, cold Phoenix air.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah, so Clinton said his first car, and my first car was great. I had a Geo Metro. I mean, for your first car that you actually purchase, not too bad. You know, it wasn't...
Did you buy it new?
Brand new.
Okay.
So my first car was brand new. Now, my first car I was given was a Chevy Nova. It was my grandmother's. It was a 76 Chevy Nova.
That's not a bad
metallic
car.
green with plaid interior.
Sweet.
It was styling.
Yeah, it was, but it only had 200. Well, no, it had 357 miles or something like that.
Sounded like a kilt. It sounded like you just described a kilt.
357 miles?
Yeah, something
not
like
1,000.
That. Nope. It was my grandma hardly drove it. That was the whole point. So
to church and back every Sunday.
Pretty much.
And she lived within walking distance of the church.
Yeah, Brian, it sounded like you were describing a kilt.
It was my first car.
Green
was
with
a
plaid
kilt.
interior.
I walked everywhere.
We've got other answers in here. VW Jetta, high top sneakers, so uncomfortable. I don't know that. I think the last pair. Have I ever owned high top sneakers? I don't think so.
I have.
I've had hiking boots that were kind of high like
boots,
that,
yeah.
but I did not like them. I prefer like hiking shoes.
Yeah,
I don't like going around the ankles.
Yeah, I had high tops in high school usually.
I had hiking boots that went up to like the bottom of your calf. That was like standard footwear in 8th grade.
That's a boot. Yeah, I mean like
that's a boot.
Yeah.
I mean like a hiking boots that go out just over your ankle. I can't.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I don't like that at all.
I had some of those. Those weren't any good.
I love Brian Parker's one, which is the vibrating electric football game where the players just move in circles. Where
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Nailed it, Brian. You set them up in very careful patterns, and they just sort of jumble around and fall down. And
Brian wins.
Yeah. The one thing I was expecting here, I thought for sure somebody's going to say the 2016 elections, but, that's just me.
Wait.
Nobody purchased that, or did they?
Hey,
or did they?
Yeah. See?
Aha. Okay.
Hey, by the way, I like how you posted this with the flames and the question.
There's a method to my madness in this thing. And we will get more opinions over the next few days. It's always fun to do those. All right, onward to the feedback. We have a letter from Claudio. He says, "Hey, gents, great show as always. I need to catch up live again. Tried last week, but that time change must have mucked me up. Just to clarify something on AT&T versus BSD. Yes, BSD, the software, refers to Berkeley Software Distribution, but it would be kind of funny if AT&T were suing a piece of software. BSD, or more specifically, BSDI, the Berkeley Software Design Inc., was the company that was being sued, which was developing and selling BSD at the time."
Hey,
very correct.
Have we not heard of stranger things than a company suing some software? I don't think so.
True.
Hey, a dead man in Texas got elected this past election.
Nevada.
Oh, was that Nevada?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Nevada.
I did.
The pimp. Yes,
pimp.
the dead pimp got elected.
Yes.
I thought for some reason I thought that was Texas, but yeah, we've had plenty of strange things. I'm surprised that story's not on this show.
His name was Upgrade with 2 Ds. Double D
right.
for a double dose of his pimping.
Pimping, that's
love.
right.
He said,
Upgrade.
"So my bad for not adding that I at the end. Proof that eyes have it."
Oh.
And then he writes 00000101. We're not going back to that debate, Claudio.
No, just don't. No.
Is 101 a signed number or not? Who does 3-bit math anyway?
Yeah.
John Miller Jr. writes, "Parts of the new Intel 8th generation computer that I can't install Windows 7 on. My choice are either Windows 10 or one of the 947 flavors of Linux. I think they're up to 949 by the time we finish this paragraph.
Yeah.
I have a different machine that I'm using Linux Lite, MX Linux, and Linux Mint on. Rock on, Craig.
Yeah.
My own fault. I should have done more research before buying my components. I have virtual machine installation of Windows 7 on my machine."
So there's a great way you can hack Windows to do it on at least the Gen 7 chips. I don't know if you can still do the same hack on the Gen 8 or not. It's a good question. So
Linux is having a problem with the 8th gen?
No. Windows 7.
Oh, okay.
It's Windows 7 you can't install on it because Windows 7 kind of goes, you need to upgrade the OS to to Windows 10 because we're not going to be able to run. But there's a way you can hack around it.
Okay.
Because I did it on the previous generation of Intels. Because basically when I put my new Mobo in and with all the new chip and everything, it kind of went. Windows went, we can't update it anymore. Oh, we're really sorry. And I was like, oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Oh, you think so, huh?
Yeah. Hey, I got to tell you, I'm really excited for tomorrow because are you familiar with DeX on Samsung phones?
No.
Okay. DeX is like their pseudo desktop. So if I hook up a USB-C to HDMI adapter to a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse and all that stuff, you can get this desktop-like experience from your phone. Your phone is the computer.
Oh.
Well, tomorrow they're releasing Linux on DeX. And
you and I
will
talked
have
about that.
I'll have a full Ubuntu desktop instead of the pseudo desktop that they give you. When I say pseudo desktop, you run apps and full size screen and everything, but this will be a full Ubuntu desktop from the videos I've seen. So I'm looking forward to trying that out.
Interesting. What kind of monitor interface do you have to put your phone and put it on a big monitor?
Just HDMI.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I've done it with HDMI.
Where are you getting HDMI off of your Samsung Note 9?
With USB-C.
Oh.
The adapters that they give us at work, Chuck. The USB-C for your MacBook.
You mean this one?
I can't see this one, but yeah, sure, that one.
The 3 or 4 ports on the side, and
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
You just hook up. Yeah, and I've done DVI off of it too, and it worked just fine. So
I wonder how hot your phone gets. Does it get really hot? Or does it like molten to touch?
I don't know. I know there's a different cooling thing on this Note 9 that's supposed to keep that down, but
you put it between 2 bags of peas.
No.
Frozen peas.
Broccoli or something, because you'd have to, man. My phone, I don't know. Playing a stupid video game on my phone makes it like stupid hot.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
but they do have
Netflix most of the time.
Yeah. No, Samsung sells a DeX station that has a fan in it to kind of keep it cool also.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I'm going to try it out and see how it works.
Yeah, let us know.
Carry on.
Report back.
I will.
All right, let's do the history thing. Wait, we didn't roll. You still have your dice over there?
I do.
Okay.
I'm going to use this one. This is my lucky die from last.
Man, my dice are in another room.
Come back to orange, the original one that Scott Tyler gave me.
There you go.
Yeah, not bad at all. I like.
Okay,
this
Google,
die.
roll a 20-sided die.
Hey Alexa.
Oh, I got an 11.
I got an 8.
Thanks.
I got a 17.
All right. Same order as last week, I think.
Thanks, Google, and it says no problem.
So it's me, Craig, then you?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll go this way around the monitor.
All right, fair enough. Roll the music.
On this day in history for November 14, 2018, this is the 318th day. They were almost done with 2018. There's only 47 days remaining.
It was on this date in 1851 that Moby Dick, a novel by Herman Melville, is published in the U.S. of A.
Is it mine? As it was our second
Yes,
one?
all you, buddy.
Okay. The same date in 1886, Frederick Sonenek first developed the hole puncher, a type of office tool capable of punching small holes in paper.
All right.
Look, we need a description for that.
Yes, because a hole puncher could be a number of different things. It could be ambiguous. I'm glad they clarified that.
Okay.
Yeah, I read it the same way, though. It's like, really? Okay.
Okay.
Glad they clarified that, because that's exactly what I was assuming. It was on this date in 1889 that pioneering female journalist Nellie Bly, a.k.a. Elizabeth Cochran, there's a trivia question for you,
Yeah.
begins a successful attempt to travel around the world in less than 80 days. She completes it in 72. Ha! I did mine in 11.
November 14th, 1910, aviator Eugene Barton Ely performs the first takeoff from a ship in Hampton Roads, Virginia. He took off from a makeshift deck on the USS Birmingham in a Curtiss pusher. Okay.
1910.
1910.
They just laid down some plywood.
Pretty much and said,
on the
go.
deck.
Yeah,
I don't know about this, boss. You'll be fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Go, soldier.
96 years ago today, the British Broadcasting Company begins radio service in the United Kingdom.
It was 49 years ago today that NASA launches Apollo 12, the second crewed mission to the surface of the moon.
On November 14th, 1971, Mariner 9 enters orbit around Mars.
1971.
71.
Wow.
I know.
And also today in 2003, astronomers Michael E. Brown, Chad Trulio, and David L. Rabinowitz discover 90377. It's like a zip code.
It's in the Senda district, yeah.
Somewhere in Beverly Hills, I think.
Sedina, a trans-Newtopian object.
Neptunian.
Oh, Neptunian? Neptunian. Whatever.
Neutron.
Neutronio.
Yeah.
Happy birthday goes on this day to Austrian violinist, composer, and conductor Leopold Mozart. That's Amadeus' dad. Wolfgang, you must practice.
Practice.
He was born on this date in 1719.
Robert Fulton, American engineer, invented the steamboat, was born on the same date in 1765.
Without which, we wouldn't have Steamboat Willie.
That's true.
Right. Born November 14th, 1840, French painter Claude Monet.
Oh, he got it.
He did.
I'm
Nice.
impressed. He knows his painters.
Shut up and just read.
Belgian-American chemist and engineer Leo Baekeland was born 155 years ago today. You know what he was famous for?
He was a chemist and engineer?
He came up with Bakelite, that early brown plastic that was really brittle.
Really?
Yeah, old radios used to be made of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Right.
American actor and director Brian Keith, born on this date in 1921.
Uncle Bill, right? Yeah, Uncle
Yeah.
Bill on Family Affair.
And Veronica Lake, the American actress singer, was born 96 years ago today.
Isn't that a place in Africa? Lake
Veronica
No, that
Lake.
was Lake Victoria.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Got the wrong V.
American physicist and academic Sterling Colgate was born 93 years ago today. Did he invent toothpaste or something?
Maybe.
Yeah.
American colonel, engineer, and astronaut Ed White was born this date in 1930.
An American pilot, engineer, astronaut Fred Hayes is 85 today.
Fredo.
American programmer and author Peter Norton. I should have a pink shirt on and cross my arms or with my sleeves rolled up.
Right.
Born on this date in 1943. You remember the Norton Utilities?
Oh, yeah, I do.
And
Definitely.
everybody
Do
remembers
I
Norton
ever.
antivirus.
Yeah. Also turning 70 today is Prince of Wales, Charles. Charles, Prince of Wales.
Yes, that Prince Charles.
Yes, Prince Charles.
An American singer-songwriter, guitarist James Young, born on this date in 1949.
What band?
The Young
band
Band.
what?
James Young. What band did he play for? I put him in there for a reason. Styx.
Oh, yes,
Styx,
of course.
yeah.
That
Okay,
James
yeah.
Young.
Oh.
Wow. Listener birthdays on this day include, or actually this week, we have 2 on the 15th, and that is all we got. Jackie Breller. That's Crazy Joe and Christine's daughter.
Yeah,
okay,
Jackie.
people are still putting their families on here, I see.
Nice.
Congratulations. Night Star from Horn Lake, Missouri, and is also on the 15th. He's also known by his legal driver's license name, Chuck Charles Jolly. Happy birthday to you. If it's your birthday this week and you want to get on the birthday calendar, drop us a note or put your name on chuckchat.com/wiki, WIKI, and we will give you a shout out at the appropriate time of year because we like talking to you and we like when you listen to us.
We also like talking to you.
Talking
Or about
at you.
you, or
Yeah,
around
you.
you.
Yeah,
or
if we're not talking,
near you.
we may be talking about you, and you may not like what we say.
Yeah.
That's the way it was on this day in history for November 14th, 2018. Let's see, is it band out time? Here we go.
Hand out.
Yes! So excited over a little thing. We got the timing down. Well oiled.
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing.
We all do.
Well, like with cod liver oil, you mean?
Ooh,
I want
ooh,
a big foot
ooh.
that comes down over the video.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I'm
Monty
having a
Python.
giant flashback on that. That was nasty stuff.
Cod liver oil? Yeah.
What? Well, who invented that and why?
He's on the next All This Day in History.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Tune in next time, kids.
Come on, go and ask Google right next to you. Who invented cod liver oil?
Cod liver oil.
You've got your Google Home. Just say it.
Oh. Okay, Google.
God.
Who invented cod liver oil?
He used only to roll D20s.
Story from the website price-pottinger.org. Peter Mahler invented a steam process for extracting fresh cod liver oil. He built a lined cauldron in which he steam-boiled the fresh cod livers, greatly improving the oil's quality.
But that smelled good.
Thank you, Google.
Of yours.
And ignore me that time.
Wow. All right, then. Now we know.
All right.
Bad news, everyone.
Yeah, this is a bit of bad news when you think about it. We have now reached the point where mining bitcoins is more expensive than copper or gold.
Well, and that's
Wow.
that's actually the struggle
point.
with Bitcoin was to try and run the machines as cheaply as you can to be able to mine this
Right.
and make money at it.
Well, it's a good thing the price of Bitcoin is still above that of gold.
Well, and not only that, it's also the fact that it's harder to mine bitcoins now because they're harder to find, and that's the thing. So,
Yeah, I mean, that
which
was
is the way
that
it's
was the whole
supposed to
point
be,
when
yeah.
they came out, so they wouldn't devalue, because if
Right.
everybody could find them, then... All right. The article from The Guardian says the amount of energy required to mine $1 worth of Bitcoin is more than twice that required to mine the same value of copper, gold, or platinum, according
Platinum,
to a
too.
new paper. Suggested that the virtual work that underpins Bitcoin, Ethereum is similar projects, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and similar projects is similar to real mining that anyone intended. $1 worth of Bitcoin takes about 17 megajoules of energy to mine, according to the researchers from Oak Ridge. You better hope when you do find one that it appreciates in value.
Yeah.
Oak Ridge Institute in Cincinnati, Ohio, compared with 4, 5, or 7 megajoules for copper, gold, or platinum. Wait, 4, 5, or 7 compared to 17. Yeah, that's a bit more.
Yeah.
That's a bit more. Other cryptocurrencies also fared poorly in comparison. The researchers write in the Journal of Nature Sustainability. Mining just doesn't sound like a nature sustainability flat out. Ascribing to the cost per dollar of 7 megajoules for Ethereum and 14 for the privacy-focused cryptocurrency Monero. But all the cryptocurrencies examined come off well compared with aluminium, because it's The Guardian, that's the way you have to say it,
Right.
which takes an astonishing 122 megajoules to mine $1 worth of ore. Mining is, that's why you must recycle those aluminum cans. Mining is the name of the process by which blockchains, such as those that underpin cryptocurrencies, are regulated and verified. In Bitcoin's case, for instance, the currency is backed by miners, in quotes, due to the absence of a centralized authority confirming transactions. These
Miners?
miners with lasers on their heads.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Galaxy Quest.
Oh,
Not miners, you idiot. Miners.
they're all under 18 years old.
Yes.
Yeah, those miners.
These miners effectively enter a competition to waste the most electricity possible by doing pointless arithmetic quintillions of times a second. One lucky competitor wins both a reward worth about $8,000 in Bitcoin and the right to verify all transactions made in the last 10 minutes. The rewards may be virtual, but the energy cost is very real. Previous attempts to gauge how much electricity is burned to power the Bitcoin network, still the largest blockchain in existence, have focused on looking at the size of the network in aggregate. In November 2017, one estimated placed the power consumption of the network as equivalent to that of the nation of Ireland.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Another noted it was producing the same annual carbon emissions as 1 million transatlantic flights. I think it's time to stop.
Hey, I think you'd have a better chance at mining for Wonka golden tickets.
Something, yeah. Winning the lottery or something, you know.
Yeah, that 1.6 billion.
Right.
It went for one person. Oh, man.
In my state, no less.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop. It's just not going anywhere now, kids. All right, we're going to take a real quick break and be right back with Hacks and Strange Stories, Remember When, and a couple other cool things. So stick around. What do we have? We have a man who comes home 2 months after DNA showed he was dead. From one of my favorite sites. I love that. Hang on. We'll be right
honey,
back.
I'm home.
double espresso now.
Sir, the on-base Starbucks only has decaf.
When you're Kylo Ren, you have a tantrum when things don't go your way. It's what you do. When you're a geek, you listen to Technorama. It's what you do. Technorama, only at chuckchat.com.
Hi, I'm Bill Farmer. You may know me as the voice behind Goofy, Pluto, and many other characters. Howdy there, this is your old pal, Mr. Haney, and you're listening to Technorama with Chuck and Craig.
You know what that reminds me of?
You had to look at the cue card.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of when we had Dr. Floyd, you know, and what's his name? Oh, yeah.
Craig? Yeah, who doesn't know him?
Yeah.
There was the episode of The Simpsons where they forgot where the rock band forgot where they were playing. The guy has to look on the back of his guitar. It says Springfield.
Yeah.
Good night. We love you.
That's
Springfield.
Awesome. Good night. Yeah, Springfield.
I like Kylo Craig because it's so funny. You still hear Craig's twang in Kylo
absolutely.
Ren, which is the best, actually. It's so funny. It's like, oh, man. Good times.
Even distorted.
Yeah, even distorted still. Hey, look, it's Craig. I can hear him.
My brand.
It is, man. Tell you what.
All right. From Oddity Central. Craig, you may have this
is
one.
all you, buddy.
I'm not saying that first name.
No, really. It's all you, buddy.
I'll help.
Okay, a man.
Supergaliev.
Yeah, that's it.
Superfly Snooker.
He's a Supergaliev.
Yeah, Gali Superluba. Anyway, so a 63-year-old man from Kazakhstan almost gave his relatives a heart attack when he returned home after 2 months after they buried his body.
What? Rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah. Surprise. Oh, you guys know some stuff.
Yeah. And while stories of people showing up after being presumed dead by their families has made headlines before, Agali's one was particularly bizarre because his death had been confirmed by a DNA test.
Okay. It was his clone.
So let's continue. It's his clone. It all started in July 9th.
My twin brother, Piotr.
It all started in July 9th when his relatives reported him missing from his village of Tamarli.
He'll be back Tamarli.
It sounds weird. In Kazakhstan. They had no idea that the unmarried man had been offered a 4-month job on a distant farm. As he had not bothered to inform them about it, just text us. That's all we need.
Obviously, he doesn't like his family very much, or he didn't want him into his business.
So when a decomposed body was discovered near his house, everyone feared the worst. The corpse was reportedly in such a bad state that Agali's family couldn't identify it by its physical traits, so a DNA test was commissioned. Believe it or not, the test showed that there was a 99.29% probability, the highest that test can give, that the discovered body was Agali's, and the official.
How can that be?
So the official death certificate was issued, and the man's brother organized a funeral.
I'll use Ancestry.com. That's why. Yeah, Ancestry.com.
Yeah. He found an ancestor, invited him over, killed him, and then put him in his place.
I dug up Grandpa.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the body that everyone convinced was Agali's was buried in the Zahuldrik,
District Z.
Yeah, District Z. Yeah, following a Muslim ceremony, but 2 months later, the dead man returned. His hand just comes ripping out of the dirt.
I sense a movie.
Yeah.
I want rights
When a guy
to
came
this.
alive and healthy, my daughter Sally, seeing her dead uncle, almost collapsed with a heart attack.
And now there's more dead Agalis.
Yeah, says the man's brother. The DNA analysis had confirmed that this was my brother. We believed the results and conducted all the funerals and memorial rites. I spent so much money on it. Oh, now you want the money.
Yeah. You owe me, brother. You owe me money, brother.
I don't care that you're back. Give me the money. You know how much money I spent on you? But it's not even about it's not even about the money. That's the next sentence. Who will be buried? Maybe his relatives are looking for this person. So his relatives have declared themselves overjoyed to have him back and well, but they have not forgotten about the DNA test and plan to sue experts who conducted it.
Yeah.
However, Akamarl, who performed the test, defended herself, saying that one cannot rely on 99.29% probability to confirm a person's death. There's always that 1 in a million chance.
0.71%. Wow.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's unclear. Hey, well, what was that? We talked about a story where two people were. I think when it was it fiction or where the person was actually chimera, and they identified the DNA as being the person, but it was actually their twin or something, or not twin, but they had the exact same DNA, but they weren't twins. That was it.
That was like the plot for Judge Dredd, when Stallone's character killed the guy supposedly, but it's his brother.
This guy pulled a Gattaca on him.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Here, hold this bag of blood.
Yeah, but it makes you do really wonder who was the body and why was it there? And
how could the test be that botched up?
I don't know.
And that accurate at the same time.
Yeah.
Unless, Alexei or whatever his name is gave a sample that happened to be in the lab at the same time. I don't know.
Or something weird. How did they collect his sample to know which to match it against, too? Was it like a hair sample, skin sample?
Right.
What did they do, Yeah, or maybe this guy was broke into his farmhouse and was
used
using
his hairbrush and then
stuff.
left.
Yeah, exactly. Or who knows?
Died in the ditch.
They just happened to pick the one hair they could identify off the body.
Yeah, it's weird. Very strange.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to know the circumstances behind that. All right.
Yeah.
Then I have a story for you, Brian.
Oh, my.
AI has taken a new turn.
So, China's state-run news agency, Xinhua, has unveiled the latest addition to its team of reporters, 2 AI anchors. 2 anchors, one that speaks in English and another in Chinese, have the likeness of some Xinhua's human anchors in their voice, facial expressions, and mouth movements are synchronized and animated using deep learning techniques.
Yes?
The AI anchors have officially become members of the Xinhua News Agency reporting team, the agency said. They'll work with the other anchors to bring you authoritative, timely, and accurate news information in both Chinese and English. China's South China Morning Post reports that the AI anchors are available through Xinhua's English and Chinese apps, its TV webpage, its WeChat public account. Wow. So the technology behind the anchors is being provided by search engine company Sogu. It says its anchors can deliver the news with the same effect as that of a human reporter's. But if you watch a video, that isn't really true.
Right. Here. This is a little the
Hello,
audio.
everyone. I'm an English artificial intelligence anchor. This is my very first day in Xinhua News Agency. My voice and appearance are modeled on Zhang Zhao, a real anchor with Xinhua. The development of the media industry calls for continuous innovation and deep integration with the international advanced technologies. I will work tirelessly to keep you informed as texts will be typed into my system, uninterrupted. I look forward to bringing you the brand new news experiences.
The CG isn't too bad.
No, it looks convincing actually.
It doesn't
to a point.
Right.
Yeah, it still has a synthetic type of voice, and that may be intentional.
Yeah.
And
but
now now the anchor that I am modeled after has no work now.
Yeah.
We wish him and his family all the best.
Yeah. Like it says here, it says, maybe future AI anchors, if there are more, won't be stuck in the uncanny valley. Definitely has that feel. Not quite.
Yeah, a little stiff.
A little stiff. And the language, English language was definitely it was like talking to Siri or Alexa or any others.
And again, that may be intentional because.
Right. You don't want it to necessarily be
if it's
human.
too human, it gets creepy.
Well,
but
maybe
the thing is, somebody can. I mean, they can. I don't know where this lies ethically. I mean, it's news. I guess they can say whatever they want.
He's going to be reporting real news. I mean, people are still going to be writing the news and telling him what to say.
Are they really?
The AI is not going to be making up news.
No. No, it's not the AI I'm worried about making up the news.
It's going to be like those robotic programs that go, how about those politicians in Washington? The AI comedians.
Yeah.
Well, remember those videos they would animate the news before? And like, they showed Trump on fire or something. I don't know.
That maybe this will work better with the AI.
The world rejoices today.
Here's what they say. It's basically they're saying the AI anchors can work around the clock and thus, allow for improved production efficiency and reduced costs because of this.
Yeah, because they don't have to feed them.
Yeah, they don't have to. They don't take breaks. They don't sleep.
It's just like the DJs
we can
at the radio
remove all
station.
the toilet.
All right.
We can take all the toilets out.
Yeah.
Save one for the people that are typing.
Save a lot in coffee.
Efficiency, you bet. Yeah, very, very interesting.
John Miller Jr. says, what if it gets hacked?
Exactly. I mean, we saw the Tay thing. Can you imagine if it starts, spewing propaganda
and profanity
and
in
everything
China?
Else? Yeah.
that would be almost too funny.
Heads would roll. Yes, indeed. Oh man, that's still pretty cool.
Challenge accepted.
What if the AI becomes sentient and then he decides to go off script and what, are they going to execute him?
Death to all humans.
Yes. Yeah. Missiles are launched.
You're going to have a Morbo moment. You're all doomed.
Let's just fill him up with our RSS feed.
Morbo, you're so funny. Doomed.
A Chinese Morbo. That's awesome. That is so awesome.
We'll come for your children first.
Yes.
The vision of that is perfect.
Yes.
All right, chat room. Who do we have in the chat room, Craig? What do you see?
John Miller Jr. I'm not seeing everybody, I don't think, but I see John Miller Jr. Oh, and Loriana Byers Miller. She says that she is introducing her son to Technorama for the first time.
She's my cousin.
You're welcome.
Sweet.
And by the way, I replied already and apologized ahead of time.
For yourself or for us?
Yes.
Blood test will DNA will still confirm we're related. Unless we go to the lab that they used in Russia, Kazakhstan.
How do you know Craig really is Craig?
He might be artificial intelligence too.
Yeah.
Doomed.
Those prolific podcasters.
My name is Craig Steppy.
Hello and welcome to Technorama.
Ha ha ha, Chuck, you are so funny.
Yeah. I still got it. Welcome to show number 549.
All right. Who else is in the chat room? Come on.
John Miller Jr., Ben Blixt. We have Dave Hurdle. Dave Hamilton, former coworker at my old company. It's a light night. Is there an award ceremony you're going to? Some Game of Thrones premiere tonight or something? What did we miss? Walking Dead final show? Something. Who knows? That's all right. If you want to catch us, we're around at Sunday at 9:30 Eastern Time. We do this on Facebook unless family emergencies, business travel, or personal illness come into play. Then, well, we just got to call an audible and say, not this week, sorry. But if you subscribe to our webpage on Facebook, Technorama Podcast, you can get alerted when we go live, and then you don't have to worry about us trying to share it, but we appreciate you watching.
Then it's much easier for you to avoid us.
Oh, no, those jackasses again.
Thanks for the warning. I won't accidentally scroll past that one.
Yeah. Right.
All right. We have Remember When time? We haven't played this in a while.
Wow.
Yes! I like this story. Yay. Can I do it?
Sure, yeah. It's okay. It's actually your turn, so yeah.
Okay, it is my turn. We take turns on this show.
We do.
So nice. These men ate poison.
So you didn't have to. As we wait for the page to finish loading from Gizmodo.
I wish somebody had said that before I ate dinner. Oh, no.
What have I done?
If you sat down to eat at any point in any part of the U.S. in the 1800s, nothing on your plate was quite as it seemed. The level of vile, often toxic contamination in basic consumer products was almost unimaginable to modern folk raised under the auspices of the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. Your morning coffee, it wasn't already mixed with chicory. There was probably quite a bit of sawdust mixed in, with scorched and ground peas, beans, and dandelion seeds for color. The honey in your tea? Sweetened corn syrup, complete with wax honeycomb. The spices in your table? On your table. Finely ground coconut shells, burnt rope. Or straight up floor sweepings.
And Taco Bell proudly carries on the tradition.
Hey, careful. We might need them as a sponsor someday.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
The flour in your bread mixed with crushed stone, gypsum, or dirt. Let's not forget about the beetles and other mealworms that could have been in there. The brown sugar in your grandma's cookies, spiked with ground insects. The scotch in in grandpa's after supper tipple. Poisoned wood alcohol dyed honey brown. This is a wonderful commercial. The milk in Junior's glass, certainly watered down, almost definitely whitened with chalk or plaster of Paris. I have heard that before. Often dosed with preservative like formaldehyde to keep it quote-unquote fresh, and occasionally topped up with pureed calf brains to mimic the cream on top. The fact that the past generations managed to survive in their own kitchens was a medical marvel in its own right, and those dark days are only barely behind us. We've only made it this far thanks largely to the efforts of one zealous chemist and a few brave, iron-stomached volunteers dubbed the Poison Squad.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wait.
There you go.
As the Trump administration continues to roll back regulations on everything from worker safety to environment destruction, a new book from Deborah Blum, The Poison Squad, One Chemist's Single-Minded Crusade for Food Safety at the Turn of the 20th Century, takes us back to a time when the very idea of government-enforced regulations was laughable. In 1883, Dr. Harvey Washington Wiley, a chemist professor from Purdue University, was named chief chemist of the Agriculture Department. A farmer's son, he was horrified at the additive-riddled state of the American food industry, and once he assumed his new office, he began methodically investigating food and drink fraud. During the course of the campaign, he became famous for conducting shocking human tests. This sounds like a great story for Ridiculous History.
Oh, yeah.
Have you listened to that podcast?
Yep.
That's a fun one to listen to. They do stories like this. If they haven't already done this, I'm going to write them and say, you guys got to cover this. During the course of the campaign, he became famous for conducting shocking human tests on groups of young men who volunteered to test tainted food products for the good of the nation, and who became known as the Poison Squad.
Oh, man, can you imagine? Yeah. What happened to Bob? He called in sick. Again?
Yeah. How did this happen?
Yeah.
Could have been the arsenic. Who knows? Ultimately, Wiley won. The landmark 1906 Food and Drug Act was known as Dr. Wiley's Law, but he spent 30 years fighting inside and outside the lab to help make America's kitchens safer. In doing so, he willingly risked the lives of dozens of patriotic young volunteers, a decision that still raises serious ethical questions, you think?
Yeah.
In an echo of modern medical trials, which often draw in poor and working-class subjects, many of the applicants for what would become Dr. Wiley's Poison Squad who are finally struggling young clerks, or financially struggling young clerks. Sorry, I'm reading behind a camera. It gets kind of tricky. Struggling young clerks who responded to the lure of 3 square meals a day. Ooh, they were probably made out of tile squares. They recruited
linoleum.
Recruited to test potentially poisonous substances. The volunteers had recorded everything they ate or drank, recorded their weight and pulse rate before every meal, collected their urine and feces for lab analysis, and they were to be examined by a doctor twice a week, whether they needed it or not. I added that last part in.
It's a baby Ruth.
Oh, my goodness.
The first round of trials started with a cleaning product, borax, then also popular preservative, because Wiley expected to be fairly harmless. By the study's end, half of the 12 men had dropped out due to ill health.
Whoa.
Wiley's attitude on borax changed as a result. It, quote, it should not, I believe, be put in foods of any kind except when they are plainly marked, and even not then except in special cases. This is a letter from apparently what the doctor wrote. Dear sir, I read in the paper your experiments on the diet. I have a stomach
that could stand
anything. I have a stomach that will surprise you. I am afflicted with 7 diseases. Never went to a doctor for 15 years. They told me 15 years ago that I could not live 8 months. What do you think of it? My stomach can hold in anything. This is one of the applicants, I suspect.
Guess, yeah.
You can put Old Rock. Yeah, it says volunteer letter for Poison Squad.
Oh, boy. The next trial
where's the
featured
stars?
salicylic acid on the menu and had even more immediate effect on the squad, who began exhibiting signs of nausea and dizziness almost immediately after digging into their spiked victuals.
But let me tell you, it cleared up their faces like nothing flat. No zits at all.
Cleared my acne.
Yes.
They also tested out sodium sulfate, a salt of the preserved sulfuric acid.
Whoa.
Man. Wow.
Only 9 made it in that test. Yeah.
I like this right here. The results were grim.
And if you made it to round 4, you got a teapot.
It was made out of lead, but it is okay still.
Yeah.
Rub it on your face.
Wow, that book sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to check it out.
I would love to read this. This reminds me of what was the book?
Concrete Jungle?
What did they do with cadavers? It was I can't remember. It's a distinctive cover. It has just like 2 feet laying on the gurney with a toe tag.
Huh.
It was like The Secret Life of Cadavers or something like that.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll have to look it up. That was interesting. It's like, when you donate your body to science,
this
they don't always do what you think they do with your body. They may just take your leg and use it to test car collisions. Because they don't, they'll use, it doesn't make sense to have, what happens when a car hits somebody's leg? Well, they need a leg to test it out on. And then your arm may go somewhere else, and your brains may go somewhere else. So it was fascinating to read it.
Hey, this story started to remind me of just a few years ago. The Food and Drug Administration investigated a cheese factory. I'm trying to figure out which one it was. It says it was 100% real Parmesan cheese, but it had filler ingredients like wood pulp and cheaper cheeses, such as Swiss and mozzarella.
It
but
can't be real
wood pulp
Parmesan cheese unless it comes from.
Well,
was it Parmesan, Italy?
It's like champagne. The claim of 100% real Parmesan kind of rules out everything else. I think.
Maybe the real Parmesan has wood pulp in it.
Well, I think
that's the recipe.
Yes, recipe. Well, they can kind of say it has 100% real Parmesan. It says not 100% all Parmesan.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but anyway, they found it had wood pulp.
Is that like Stephen Wright when he walks up to the 7-Eleven and says, and the guy was closing up? Says the sign says you're open 24 hours, not in a row.
That's right.
Yeah, not in a row. Right.
All right, we want to thank our patrons because they really help keep this show going. Thank you so much to the following people: Kyle Nishioka, Abner Braverman, Ben Vaughn, Mike Wills, Megapodtastic, Night Gig Studios, Gary Lindros. Yes, that Gary Lindros. I'm getting you warmed up. John Clifford, Leon, John Noble.
That John Noble?
That John Noble?
Yes, that's our John Noble. We're proud of him. I bet he listens just for that. If he listens anymore at all. Chris MC, Alexis Duran, Saturday Morning Media. Not Sunday Morning Media, Saturday Morning Media.
Not Friday either.
Yeah. Not Saturday Night Media. That would be too adult for us. Steve Therian, Jorga Schrauen, John Miller Jr., Amber Elstad, and our latest, newest, greatest...
Victim?
Volunteer? Supporter, yes.
Volunteer. Welcome to the Technorama squad.
Harold McKinstry, thank you very much. You guys rock. There are more spaces on our board. If you're interested in joining, you can go over to chuckchat.com. Patreon. Excuse me. Patreon.com/Technorama podcast. For as little as $1 a show, you get your name enshrined on the show. Sorry, I had to steal that from Mark Blackburn.
Enshrined.
Right. And you will get extra content. We are recording right after this show just for our Patreon people, and the topics go all over the place. You should talk to an existing Patreon person. See if it's worth it. If not, pay us $1 to shut up.
Yeah. Interview them. Yeah.
We can't lose, I think.
Sure, why not?
We'll go with that.
What could possibly go wrong?
And I'm in marketing.
Yeah. Trust him. He's honest. He's a politician marketer.
Hey, they'll let anybody into marketing, Chuck.
Apparently so. 2 more stories to go. Let's do the media corner.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey, where can I find some good information about music and TV and videos and things?
Over here, in the media corner.
This one's on you, Craig.
Yes. The wheel in the space keeps on animated.
No,
anyway,
we almost made it 3 shows without singing. Reset the counter.
Yeah.
It's like the trailer park and the tornadoes.
The clock's been reset. All right, so much of Doctor Who's early past has been lost to time. Not the, I'm thinking not the, the, never mind.
Yeah, with the
I don't know what I'm thinking. Not the romantic, time-traveling sense, but there you go. But in old BBC archival policies meant that were the original recordings of the earliest years of Who in the 60s were wiped, leaving nearly 100 episodes seemingly gone forever. But who would think to just erase? Nobody's going to watch this.
They needed the tape.
They needed the tape.
They needed the media. It was expensive, so they just recorded it over for the next show.
Yeah. So just like my wedding video.
Wait, you're married? Where's your proof?
Yeah. There's no evidence, Kim. Anyway, so one tiny slice of vintage Who is getting a revival next month. While the original footage of over 90 episodes of Doctor Who's first 2 episodes have been lost, many have the unique case of having their audio live on, mainly through the dedicated work of fans who recorded the episodes on the broadcast. The heady days of free home video.
We held up the tape recorder to the telly.
Yeah, I did it. I've done it. And the BBC has re-released several lost episodes, pairing the audio with newly created animation. Now it's planning to do the same again, according to Doctor Who News, with that missing Patrick Thornton tale, The Wheel in Space.
Thornton?
So only 2 of the 6 episodes that make up Wheel, a Cyberman story that introduced a second Doctor companion, Zoe Heriot, played by Wendy Padbury. These are very English names. Currently exists in the BBC archives, but for the first time, a 10-minute slice of the first episode, which is still missing, is being prepared for a screening at the British Film Institute in London next month as part of the BFI's Missing, Believed, Wiped programming, a regular event examining the history of missing TV in the UK and efforts being made to bring parts of British media history back to life. The sequence will eventually be included as part of the BBC DVD release in the future. This is just a small snippet, according to Rob Ritchie, one of the team who has worked on the animation as part of a wider attempt to restore the Wheel of Space through animation. But for now, another missing slice of Doctor Who's history is getting a bit of a regeneration.
I get it.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That is neat. Yeah, who would think that somebody actually sat and recorded all that audio and kept it over all these years?
And what quality it's in. What condition. Yeah. Oh, man.
I did it with Star Trek and Speed Racer, a tape recorder, but I would not say it was the quality that it should be.
No, I think I did Flintstones or something. And
I never did that as a kid.
No?
I never did. No, I never thought to do that.
Because you grew up with VCRs.
No, I grew up with a tape recorder as well, just like you guys did. Had a cassette deck that had a mic plug-in, a little black mic with a little cord. My buddy Jimmy and I remember being goofy and making stupid things. Probably lots of fart jokes, I imagine. When you're 6, 7 years old.
As kids do.
Yeah, but yeah,
I sit there and I put masking tape all over the speaker on the TV, thinking I was going to capture all of the audio into that mic.
Well,
have the mic up there?
you may have at least taken some of the background noise out.
Yeah, because I'd be like, my family would start talking. I'm like, shut up, trying to get them to be quiet.
Craig, you're in the way.
You still say that when we're doing Technorama.
I was going to say,
Harrison,
and
keep it down.
Some things just stay the same.
Wow.
I still can't make a decent recording.
The tools are different. Same story, though. Yeah.
All right, we have a photo gallery that we encourage you to go see.
Oh, yeah. This is great.
Go ahead, Brian.
So a 21-year-old cosplayer can turn herself into anyone, and basically they're 10 plus of her best transformations. It's amazing. Her name is Sonia Perova. She's a 21-year-old cosplayer from Russia. Perova has been doing cosplay since 2014, and a unique feature combined with her artistry, she has built up a giant following, 40.3 thousand on Instagram.
That's a nice following.
Yeah. She said her first con was the Ava Expo in 2014. I made Oswin Oswald. It was very strange and cute for me when people asked to make a selfie. But take one look at her photos, and you understand why she's become such a sensation. From Kim Possible to Corpse Bride, the young artist brings each character to life with stunning realism. While the young woman seems to have a natural talent, she wrote that she doesn't remember what exactly inspired her to be in cosplay. I think some other cosplayers inspired me. I've been scrolling cool pics on website and wanted to make something as cool as I saw. So each of her looks is brilliant. She writes that her favorite cosplay thus far has been Arya Stark from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. She does good with that one.
Yeah, it was interesting to make her, and she's one of my favorite characters from Game of Thrones. Mavis has been has a simple costume, but I really like to play her as well. In the future, the cosplayer is looking forward to creating costume for her favorite childhood character, Mulan. I need to buy new material because I want this cosplay to be perfect. If you look at the pictures, it's just freaking amazing how close she gets to it.
Yeah, some are really, really good. I mean, it's hard to do a cartoon
like Frodo.
Kim Possible.
But yeah, some of them are pretty. Like the vampire from Hotel Transylvania is pretty good.
Yeah.
She manages to get the wide eyes.
The wide eyes is amazing.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
Hey, she looks like Frodo for sure.
Yeah, her Arya Stark is good, but I think my favorite is still what was it? I gotta find it. Mantis.
Oh, Mantis, yeah.
Her Mantis is with the big eyes
and everything.
Yeah. She's even got
I think she's had to
expression.
Photoshop her eyes. There's no way that they're that big.
Yeah, she probably did a little bit, but still, I'm sure it's pretty. I don't know. I mean, look at the actress that they did, her makeup for it. So I imagine she probably followed pretty close to that.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't see her makeup without effects, so I don't know. But yeah.
Who else did she do? Do they have any other ones in there that are?
You mentioned
she got Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
You mentioned Victoria from Corpse Bride, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wednesday from the Addams Family.
Wednesday from the Addams Family.
She's not quite as brutish as the picture, though.
It's pretty close, though. It's
hey, Daria.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Daria one's pretty good. Kim Possible's pretty good.
Yep.
The Snow White from the Disney Princesses. Yeah. Ralph Breaks the Internet. The Corpse Bride is really quite good, considering again animation.
Yeah.
Versus real.
When we did have a chance to talk to a professional cosplayer at a recent Phoenix Fan Fest. Was it Amber Skies? Donna? Yeah, she over the top.
Name.
Over the top.
It sounds like a stripper name.
Well, the thing is that a lot of cosplayers take pseudonyms,
a stage name,
so that they can cover so stalkers. Yeah,
she was very helpful, very friendly. She gave me a couple of makeup tips. I said, what are you using to hold down your bald appliance? Because she was doing a cross of what's from Galaxy Quest.
By Grabthar's Hammer.
Alan
Rickman's character.
Alan Rickman's character. Yeah, she had a gender bender version.
Of that. That's cool.
Yeah, and she did really good. I mean, the clothing was on. She also does a magnificent from Moana, the volcano lady.
Oh yeah,
I mean, she was the volcano.
That's pretty cool.
It was yeah.
Cosplayers are an interesting breed, and honestly, even the people who do it on the cheap. It's the fact that they're attempting, trying to make strides. That's what I always like to see. And when you talk shop, oh man, that's when they just open up and just usually go berserko on you. My friend Rowan does a lot of cosplay too, and it's amazing.
The thing that really hit home this weekend was you don't have to be a computer nerd. You can be a geek in whatever genre you are in. There was a car show, an old car show at our church this past Saturday, and we were just walking by. It was a 66 Ford Falcon, something like that. And this guy pops out of his chair. He was sitting behind the vehicle. Hops out of his chair like, oh my gosh, I got a live one.
Yeah.
And he went on for probably 15 minutes with technobabble about the car that I didn't understand half of. It was like, headers, flathead, injector, carburetor.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Well, he clearly loves his stuff.
Passionate about it.
But he was passionate, but he didn't come across with that passion. It was still like, wow. I thought listening to some computer people were dull, but this is
cut and dried. He's very, very factual about what he did. Yeah, we replaced the headers on this with, chromatic.
This is all original, but the radiator we had to swap out because the radiator didn't do that because you can go overheating. And I tried to engage him a little bit, like, so in '67 they didn't have unleaded gas. What do you put in these? He goes, oh, we put in grade 2. I said, what's grade 2? He said, well, you got the low octane, which is usually like 87, and you got the high octane, which is 91, 92. It's the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's no lead in that. You don't have problems? No, I haven't had a problem. If I remember right, the lead was to help with the valve stems. You don't have problem? No. I'm struggling to remember my 12th grade auto shop stuff.
Yeah.
You're like,
I don't remember quite what the problem was other than the environment.
That was the big problem was why they got rid of the leaded gasoline.
Yeah, so I meant you don't want the lead in the air.
Right. So. Just more carbon monoxide. That's fine.
Yeah. What's
like on my tailpipe?
What could possibly go wrong? Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting discussion, but it was one of those where he couldn't read the cues. Like, we wanted to get out of there.
Well, as you know, a lot of folks who are passionate and geeky often have poor social cues reading. Yes.
I don't find that at all, Brian.
Yeah.
We just hang up Skype.
Yeah. Hey, wait! Click.
Right.
That's it for Craig.
Right.
Hey guys, I want to click.
Alrighty, we have another question of the week. We're going to get out of here right now because we are well over an hour, and we thank you for your time. Our question this week is: what was the worst thing you've accidentally played on a speaker?
I told you about mine the other day, Chuck.
I can mention a few things I've accidentally said, but I'm gonna have to think about the speaker part.
I was walking my dog, and I was playing. I didn't have my headphones with me. I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna play a podcast on the open speaker. And one of my neighbors said, "Hey, how you doing?" And walks up, and I'm playing Mad at Dad, which they're pretty free. They're pretty free with the language on there.
Yep.
And you would think it was the first time I'd ever tried to find the pause because I was like fumbling around trying to, and they're free with the MF this and MF that. And I'm like, whoa.
I was just listening to the Sam Jackson reads the Bible.
I was going over the latest political debate so I know how to vote this week.
Yeah, that was funny. I think it was the first time I was using the pause button.
All right, we will post that out to social media and see what you come back with. We're looking forward to hearing that one.
Worst thing
By the way, I did
speakers.
I did throw that at Dave and told him what happened.
That one's on you, Craig.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, yeah. Can y'all tone it down? Tone down the language next time I get in a weird situation.
All right, we're going to back out of here then. Here comes the music. All right, that guitar riff means it's the end of the show. We appreciate you giving us your time once again. You can find our information for social media and everything else over at chuckchat.com/Technorama. Give us a call on the listener line, 707-530-2428. Thank you, dear, for putting that up. We also thank my lovely wife who does the video engineering for us every week. She doesn't get enough credit on this show. But
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Donna.
We would have no video if it weren't for her.
It's true.
Because
you certainly couldn't do it and Craig couldn't do it at the same time.
No, it's really...
Men can't multitask. That's the problem.
Well, we can't for sure.
I have a challenge doing this on my own in the morning, but she's not going to get up at 6 to do my video stream at work. Anyway, Thanks for joining us, Brian.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Craig, give us that binary high five.
All right, 101, everybody. See you next time.
Done. That's how it's made.
That's how you make the donuts.
Or the sausage.
Worst thing I played accidentally on speakers, the brown note.
I think this sausage needs more sawdust.
Yes. I'm going to get that book. That looks awesome. I read the article and I was like, oh man, I need to put that on my list. And now
that would be a fun one to listen to too. We're gonna have to see if we can find that on Audible or something. The Poison Squad by Deborah Blum.
Yeah, something else to download on your bandwidth.
Yeah,
when it resets on the 16th. Thank you everybody for watching and listening and following along on YouTube. We appreciate it, and we are going to sign off because now we're going to record our Patreon material. So until then, bye.
Bye, everybody. Love you, mean it.
This time.